A former Olympic and Paralympic athlete, Oscar Pistorius was nicknamed the Blade Runner for using prosthetic blades when running. He previously won gold at the Paralympics and made history as the first double amputee to compete in the Olympics. But he fell from grace after fatally shooting his girlfriend, Reeva Steenkamp, on the 14th of February 2013 at his home in Pretoria. In a murder trial that gripped the world's attention, Pistorius submitted in court that he mistook Steenkamp for an intruder and feared for his safety. But the prosecution argued that the murder was premeditated. He was sentenced to 5 years imprisonment in 2014 for culpable homicide. The conviction was, however, overturned by the Supreme Court of Appeal in 2015 after finding him guilty of murder.
I conclude with the following order to be made. 1. The first two questions of law reserved are answered in favour of the Director of Public Prosecutions. 2. The accused's conviction and sentence on count 1 are set aside and replaced with the following. Guilty of murder, with the accused having had criminal intent in the form of dolus eventualis. 3. The matter is referred back to the trial court to consider an appropriate sentence afresh in the light of the comments in this judgment.
In June 2015, it was recommended that he be released under correctional supervision and be placed under house arrest. But 2 days before Pistorius was due to leave prison in August of the same year, former Justice Minister Michael Masuta intervened.
I thought I should look holistically at the matter. I went into the profile, I went into the actual decision, and when it was decided by the parole board, I looked at the act and came to the conclusion, after taking legal advice from counsel, that indeed there may be challenges associated with that decision of the parole board, in that in terms of the act, you must have served at least 1/6 of your sentence. Now, clearly, when the board sat and considered his application for parole, he had not yet completed the 1/6.
In 2016, the former athlete was sentenced to 6 years in prison, which was increased to 13 years and 5 months. This after it was deemed shockingly lenient in an appeal. The prosecution had called for 15 years, which is the minimum prison sentence for murder in the country.
In the result, the sentence that I imposed on the accused for the murder dolus eventualis of the deceased, that is Reeva Steenkamp, is 6 years imprisonment.
Pistorius will now be released from prison after serving half of his jail sentence. The decision for a second parole hearing came after his lawyer took his case to the Constitutional Court over errors made by the court in calculating when he would be eligible for parole. It was initially indicated that he would be eligible in August this year, when it was in March last year.
Mr. Pistorius shall be admitted into the system of county corrections and will be monitored until the expiry date of his sentence in 2029. An elevated public profile linked to Mr. Pistorius does not make him different from other inmates, nor warrant inconsistent treatment.
But it's been a difficult journey for Steenkamp's family.
I think June has had a very difficult year. It started off in March when there was a parole hearing, and she came to that hearing. The outcome of that is known. And then later on in the year, it was Reeva's 40th birthday. And again, a huge milestone. So she went through that with her husband and Rock Perry. And then sadly, not a few months later, Perry passed away. So you can imagine that the trauma that June is going through at the moment is enormous.
Part of his parole conditions include that he'll be assigned a monitoring official who will have to be kept informed when he is seeking job opportunities or moving homes. He will also have to attend programs on gender-based violence and continue therapy sessions on anger management. Mulimo Nemoto, SABC News, Pretoria.